All right, we're talking about the 3 best T-Mobile phones. Let's talk about it. Okay, so this is kind of like series 3 of our 3-part series, right? We're talking about the 3 best T-Mobile phones as of today, or soon to be as of today. This is again one of the most common questions we hear, and what's the best phone on T-Mobile, or what phone should I get? So here are our choices for the 3 best phones on T-Mobile currently. So of course I'm going to I guess I'm going to lead off with the HTC One S. So this is a really nice phone. It's kind of the slimmer brother. That's what the S is for. It's the slimmer brother, or sister. The S for sister.
Yeah.
But it runs Android ICS, ice cream sandwich. It's got a 4.3 display, an 8-megapixel camera with, again, an f2.0 28mm lens and dual LED flash, which by the way,
I have to get one of these.
Yeah, which we love.
Yeah.
It's 4G LTE, of course, Bluetooth, or a 4G phone, I should say, Bluetooth 4.0, beautiful design, and has Beats audio. On the con side, it doesn't have any SD. It's only fixed memory. It has no NFC, which the X does, but the S doesn't for some reason, and no removable battery, and it has a price point of $199.
It's a good price point. Really, really is. You know, I went to Jessie, my wife. She was invited to the T-Mobile HTC One event in New York City, and unfortunately she couldn't go. So she said, can you go for me? And I said, oh, I'm gonna be in the city anyway, so I'll run over there and I'll check it out for you. So I popped in. Great party, great food. T-Mobile always throws some incredible press parties, and great looking phone.
It happens to be a really nice looking phone.
It was a good looking phone. It really, really was. I love the fact that, Jimmy Iovine is getting his paws on all these phones nowadays, right? And throwing Beats audio in there.
That's right.
But, it always comes back to the fact I don't really understand why we don't have, by default, SD cards in there, slots in there, by default, NFC in there. The removable battery, it's not really a big deal for me, but those two, having SD card, an SD slot, having NFC radio, very, very big in my book.
I agree. And then to number 2, we have the HTC Amaze 4G. It's a 4G phone, 4.5-inch QHD display, resolution 960 by 540, a dual-core processor. It has HDR and some other camera features, which are interesting. An 8-megapixel rear camera, HD 1080p, and an FM radio. On the con side, it's a little heavy. It's, again, still running 2.3 Gingerbread, not running ICS. The camera's decent, and the optics need a little improving, but with a price point of $149, it's a little less. It's not a terrible phone.
Yep.
And
no, I mean, 149 is again, I think it's a great price point for 149, right? But I don't know, Zev. I know, you know this already. I'm not a big fan of having an FM radio inside of a phone.
Yeah, I hardly use it.
I think it's really, really silly at this point in time. But no, I'm in the minority, though, from what I understand. There are a lot of people out there that I've spoken to that say, yeah, man, I want an FM radio in my phone. That way I can listen to my sports. I can listen to my Z100 here in New York City, whatever your favorite show is. And I scratch my head. I'm just like, yeah, but, you got the internet. You can always connect through Wi-Fi or cell and listen to your stuff over the internet.
Yeah, I always say to myself, maybe it's just my use case, because in New York City I use the subway so often that I'm never going to get FM radio anyway under the street. So
no, if you use a service like Stitcher, for example, where Stitcher will actually will queue up all the songs you're listening to, so when you do hit the train station or you're in a place that there is no cell network, it'll just run off of the queued up music or whatever the case is. And I just don't get the FM radio inside phones.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then, of course, on number 3, the good old Samsung Galaxy S2, still bringing up the back. 4G phone, 4.5-inch Super AMOLED display, dual-core 1.5 processor, 2-megapixel front 8 megapixel 1080p back camera, and again NFC capable. Although the cons, again, ships with Gingerbread, does not ship with ICS, and it's an 8 megapixel 1080p camera, is okay. It's not phenomenal, but again, $229 is the price point. It's not bad. So those are our top three. Now there are other phones coming out. The One is coming out at the beginning of this coming month, right? I think it's coming up, but
They got what? No, it's already out, isn't it?
No, I think it's being released on the 1st or the 4th of May or something like that. But it's
Are you sure?
yeah, it's close enough that we could put it in our top three. Now that we've,
I think it's the reason why people keep on asking me, what is that? And I'm like, it's the One. They're just like, what? It's the One. Because we were reviewing it. That's funny. Okay.
But so those are our top three. Let us know what you think. Rate, subscribe, comment down below. Tell us what you want us to take a look at if we missed anything. And we're looking forward to seeing all the new phones coming out. And until then, see you later. As always, thanks for watching. Only cool people press subscribe. Right here. That right there.